What's up, YouTubers? PokeJediTrek's here. So it is almost autumn, and today I have a fantastic cooking video for you. So today I'm going to be showing you an ideal dessert that would be perfect for this upcoming time of year. I'm going to be showing you how to make baked apples. So let's go over what we need. So for baked apples, the recipe actually calls for these 5 essential ingredients: butter, raisins, honey, vanilla, and obviously apples. So let's get started. So first things first, you're going to core these apples, and let me tell you this, coring the apples is actually is going to be pretty complex. Just a heads up, because I'm about to show you how it's done. So what you're going to do after you obviously wet it, you're going to core the stems of the apples. And make sure, and also be careful when you do this, because you don't want to you want to make sure that the sharp points on your knife are facing away from you, because you don't want to accidentally cut yourself. So I just made my way to the seeds, and it's very important that you remove the seeds from the apple, because the apple seeds themselves are actually poison. So yeah, you don't want to accidentally die of arsenic poisoning. So ideally, once you've managed to cut your way through, it's ideal you don't want to accidentally cut a hole through the bottom. That's what you also don't want. So as you just saw, I just cored out one of the apples, and let me tell you this, without an apple core, it can be a nightmare to do so, you know. So anyway, I'm going to core the other 3 and show you the next step, because I want to keep the pacing of this video up. As you can see, I got all 4 of my apples cored, and let me tell you this, it's not easy if you don't have an apple core. So anyway, let's move on to the next step. So this next step, you're going to need 2 tablespoons of your butter. You're going to put that in a small mixing bowl. Then you're going to need a 1/4 cup of your honey, in which I'll tell you this, it's thicker than pancake syrup. And then you're going to need about 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And you're going to give it a little stir. So now you're going to need a muffin and cupcake pan, and you're going to add just a little bit of your honey vanilla mixture to the bottom of any slot of your mixture of your desire. Sure isn't easy doing it. Sure isn't easy, but here we go. Now you're going to place your apples in each muffin pan container. And then what you're going to do is you're going to fill all of your, and then you're going to fill, and you're going to stuff every single apple with raisins. So I just got these apples in place and cinnamon. And this is actually optional, but you don't have to add it, but for extra sweetness, you could also add some cinnamon sugar to these apples, as opposed to just stuffing them with raisins. So anyway, I'm going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Next, you're going to cover your apples using some parchment paper, and then you're going to cover it with some aluminum foil. So I got the apples all wrapped up in the aluminum foil. As you can see, I actually ran out of parchment paper and there's not enough to cover the entire sheet, so I might as well accept any consequences if something goes wrong when I bake these apples in the oven with only the aluminum foil but no parchment paper. Okay, so the oven has been preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to pop these things in the oven. We're going to let them bake for 30 minutes. Alright, so 30 minutes have passed. I've cut the heat on the oven, and I'm going to pull these out. And let's unveil the foil and see how they turned out. Oh wow. So I'm now going to take one of my baked apples. I'm going to transfer it to a plate, and then, although you don't have to do this, but it would be a good idea to serve it with a little bit of vanilla ice cream. So this is how the final product should look like. So I'm gonna sample a bite. The baked apple. These turned out pretty good. So that's how to make baked apples. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you next time. So baked apples, you actually don't need a lot of ingredients, although, yeah,